ScaleGrid Managed Databases for Redis allows you to easily create a new Redis deployment using dedicated hosting in just a few minutes. You can create a new deployment from the Redis page or from your Getting Started page. Start by selecting Redis as your database. Then you can select your cloud provider. At this time, we support AWS and Azure through our dedicated hosting model. Next, select Dedicated Hosting as your plan type. Dedicated hosting is our all-inclusive model that is hosted through ScaleGrid on AWS or Azure, while our Bring Your Own Cloud model is hosted through your own AWS or Azure account. Review your selections and click the green Create Your Cluster button. Enter a name for your deployment using alphanumeric characters. Select your AWS or Azure region or cloud profile that you wish to deploy to. Next, select your deployment size, version, and whether you'd like to deploy Redis in cluster mode and click Next. On the next page, you can enable replication for your deployment. Select the number of slaves, customize the cloud region for your master slave setup, and click Next. Select whether you'd like to use Redis as a cache, and if so, select your data eviction policy and click Next. On the next page, you can customize your Redis persistence by enabling periodic snapshots to disk, RDB and append-only file. Then, customize the frequency of your backup schedule and click Next. On the security page, you can select to encrypt your data disk and enable SSL for Redis version 6.0 or later. Click Next to move on to your Firewall Rules page, where you can enter the list of IP CIDRs that will be allowed to access your Redis deployment. Enter them one by one, clicking Add after each, and find your current IP CIDR at the top of the page. Click Next to move on to the final summary page, where you can review your Redis configurations, and click Next to start provisioning your deployment. Your new Redis deployment is now being created. This process takes 15 to 20 minutes, so while you wait, go to your new cluster details page where you can find your credentials to connect to your application. As always, if you have any questions, please email us at support@scalegrid.io.